Let's figure out who's going to win this weekend in my college football preview. Let's get into it.
I could have easily went for the ball, but I didn't want the ball. I wanted him. I wanted to strike fear into their team. Fear.
The Heisman Trophy. The name alone conjures up memories of heroes past.
My Heisman was an underdog who made people believe.
Of performances that stand the test of time.
Playmaker, a game changer.
Only the most outstanding of players will join the ranks of this elite fraternity. To be a Heisman Trophy winner, you're going to need more than luck. You must embody the characteristics displayed by those that came before you.
He played the game with class.
If you can heed their advice, defy the odds, and rise to the challenge, your name will forever be followed by the words, Heisman Trophy winner.
And the winner of the 2025 Heisman is... First off, we'll be covering the Wisconsin Badgers going to Michigan to face the Wolverines. Michigan is opening up as a 17.5-point favorite. I believe Michigan will absolutely dominate this game and will absolutely cover that. I believe this will be Luke Finkel's last game as a head coach. As you can see right here, Wisconsin only has an 11% chance to win. I would almost guarantee that to be 0, especially with how they've played in their last 5 games. They got blown out by Maryland at home, and they got destroyed by Alabama on the road. While Michigan's coming off an impressive win against Nebraska, which they should have absolutely dominated, but made some mental mistakes and allowed the score to be way closer. I think Michigan's going to have a big game here today, and I would not be surprised if they actually blow out Wisconsin extremely badly. I believe Bryce Underwood's going to be having a great game. He's been great on the ground, great through the air. He only has 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, but he's shown flashes of being amazing. Justice Hayes has been a Heisman caliber running back so far. He's been absolutely elite for the Wolverines. I will continue to see him dominate. I wouldn't be surprised if he has multiple runs of over 20 yards for touchdowns. I believe that the biggest problem for this Michigan Wolverines offense is their wide receiver core. As you can see right here, Bryce Underwood puts it perfectly to the basket, but the wide receiver drops it. I believe Michigan will win this game, and I expect big things for them to come. One of the biggest games this weekend is the Miami Hurricanes going to visit the Florida State Seminoles. Miami's currently a favorite of 4.5 points. I believe Florida State will cover that. I believe Florida State will win this game and have a bounce-back game, especially after that tough loss against Virginia. I believe Florida State should have won that game against Virginia, but there were some things that didn't go their way, and they got extremely unlucky. I mean, Miami's been able to avoid this throughout their games, too. Against Notre Dame, they didn't dominate, but they won, and it was pretty convincingly. And against USF and Florida, they absolutely dominated them. Miami's been elite, and I believe this is a team that's been elevated. Maybe not specifically by Carson Beck since they had Cam Ward last year, but just by the overall roster and just the community that they have. I believe Miami will be a playoff team this year, but I believe Florida State will take this one from them. Florida State's been absolutely dominant all year on offense, and I don't believe Miami's faced an offense this good yet, so I believe Florida State will expose the Miami defense, or at least will give Florida State the opportunity to win this football game. The one thing I'm more worried about is how's Florida State's defense going to be able to respond to that Virginia game. They gave up 46 points in double overtime at a very dangerous and hostile crowd. I believe Tommy Castellanos will make up for it. I believe he hasn't been amazingly in his stats-wise, but he's been the huge difference maker with his legs, with his ability to make big plays, and I believe he will outperform Carson Beck in this game, which will give Florida State the advantage to win this football game. I believe Florida State will win this, and they will cover the spread. We have one of the biggest games this weekend. We have number 16 undefeated Vanderbilt going to face the Alabama Crimson Tide. The Tide just came off a huge win against Georgia, snapping their longest home winning streak of all time. I believe Vandy will beat Alabama in this game, or at least I believe they will have a huge chance to win this game. Diego's been absolutely stunning for Vanderbilt. He's been one of the Heisman favorites. He's done it on the ground, through the air. I believe he will make the huge difference to win Vanderbilt this game, especially looking at how dominant they've been against Power 4 teams and South Carolina, Virginia Tech, Utah State University. I believe that Vanderbilt will win this game. Granted, I think Alabama will keep this game extremely close. I would choose Vanderbilt to win on the spread, to at least cover the spread. It will be within a touchdown to 10 points game. If Vanderbilt can get off to an early lead, I believe they can win. I mean, Bama, their only loss was to a crazy Florida State environment, and I believe that the Florida State's environment is probably the best in all of college football right now, and that was week 1 as well. I believe Alabama's quarterback Ty Simpson will have a huge game against this Vandy defense. I believe Alabama will score at least 30 points, but I'm banking on Vanderbilt to score more than 35 points, and I believe they will win the game with their offense. We have a Big 12 game here. We have Iowa State going to face Cincinnati. I believe Iowa State will cover the spread of 1.5 points. Iowa State's been absolutely dissed by the AP poll. They've been absolutely disrespected. They're only ranked number 14 when they're 5-0, and they have wins over Arizona, Iowa, and Kansas State and Dublin. I believe Iowa State should be a top 10 team right now, especially with how their quarterback's playing. He's been amazing for them this week, or this season. But I do believe that Cincinnati's quarterback will make a huge difference in this game. He has 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, only 1 pick through 4 games. He's averaging about 270 yards per game. He's been really good for Cincinnati. Granted, they've only played Nebraska and Kansas, and they lost to Nebraska by only 3 points. So if that's any indication of how good of a team Cincinnati is, that is it right there. They also had a 70-point win. I believe Cincinnati will lose this game. They will keep it tight, though, but I do believe Iowa State will win by more than 2 points. Give me the Cyclones to win this game, and I will have them winning this game. Not comfortably, but comfortably enough to where it's like not going to make any Iowa State fans sweat. Next up, we have the Boise State Broncos going to Notre Dame to fight the Irish. I believe Boise State will cover this 21.5 point underdog. I believe it will be within a 3 to 4 score game. I believe Notre Dame will not absolutely dominate, but they will win convincingly. I believe they will win with about 17 points. I believe this Boise State offense is too good for them to not be able to score and win. After that loss to USF, they kind of woke up. They had a 51-point performance, 49, and a 47-point performance. I'm really worried about this Notre Dame defense. They gave up 40 to A&M at home. They gave up 30 to Purdue. Maybe they found something against Arkansas last week, but I believe Boise State will be able to score more than 20 points this game, and I believe this Notre Dame offense will put up about 37 against this Boise State defense. I still have Notre Dame absolutely dominating. CJ Carr looks like the best freshman quarterback in the nation right now. He's been absolutely phenomenal for the Irish. Jeremiah Love hasn't been as good as he was promised throughout the offseason hype for Heisman and stuff, but he's been really exceptional and really good for Notre Dame. I believe Jeremiah Love will be able to destroy this Boise State front seven. It will open up CJ Carr's play action ability and be able to throw it downfield. I have the Irish winning by 17. As you see right here, Boise State's only has an 8% chance of winning. I don't think they will win this game. South Bend will be electric, but give me Boise State on the spread, but give me Notre Dame to win this football game. Another Big 12 matchup, we have the Texas Tech Red Raiders going to face the Houston Cougars. Both teams are undefeated. I believe Texas Tech will really dominate this game. They've only given up 24 points against their 2 Power 4 teams. I'm considering Washington State and Oregon State a Power 4 team. They should be in the Power 4 conference right now, but they're in the Pac-12. I believe that Texas Tech's offense will absolutely dominate. Morton, the quarterback for Texas Tech, has absolutely been electric. He's been able to find his receivers downfield, and he always makes the plays when they need to happen. Texas Tech's defense has absolutely been electric, too. They've only given up 7, 14, 14, and 10. I believe that Texas Tech's defense will make the difference here today because the Houston offense has been really good, but they've kind of struggled against other teams that Texas Tech's dismantled. They struggled against Oregon State. They won at OT by 3, but Texas Tech destroyed them by 31. I believe Houston is going to have a really good year, but I think their 4-0 is kind of overinflating them right now. I love what Wigman has done for the program, or at least for the quarterback position there. He's been good. He's been a game manager. He's been able to help them win games, but I don't think he has that elite potential just yet to put them over the hump. I think Texas Tech will cover the spread of 11.5 points, and I would say Texas Tech will win this game by 14 or more points. It just feels like that sort of game where Texas Tech will score quickly and early, and it will take the Houston's crowd out of it. But I believe Houston will try to fight back, but Texas Tech will dominate and win by 14 plus. Another huge game. We have the Mississippi State Bulldogs facing the Texas A&M Aggies, who are undefeated and are number 6 in the land. Mississippi State's coming off a tough loss in overtime to Tennessee at home. Texas A&M is coming off a tough win against Auburn at home. I believe Texas A&M is still going to be a little stagnant from that Auburn game. Granted, Auburn has one of the best defenses I've seen this year so far. The spread is currently in favor of Texas A&M by 16.5 points. I believe it will go under that. I believe Mississippi State will cover that. I believe this game will be within 10 points or 14 points. I don't think A&M will absolutely dominate Mississippi State. Mississippi State's already upset ASU at home. They almost did it to Tennessee. They have the potential to do it. I don't think they will do it against Texas A&M, but I do believe they will keep it competitive at least until the fourth quarter, until USC starts pulling or Texas A&M starts pulling away. Texas A&M has had big games against Notre Dame and Auburn. I believe Texas A&M will carry this. I believe they're a little overrated right now at number 6. I do believe they should be in the top 10, but I don't think they're the number 6 team in the land. I believe Mississippi State will cover the spread, especially with their quarterback who's been absolutely amazing for them, or at least a game manager quarterback who's allowed them to win games so far. I believe the Aggies will still win this with Marcel Reed. I thought he was going to be one of the Heisman favorites coming into this preseason, or at least before the season started. He's still been absolutely amazing. 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks through 4 games. He's been amazing. He's allowed the Aggies to win off the back of him. I believe he'll still carry them throughout this game. Carver, the wide receiver for A&M, has almost 500 yards, 24 receptions, and 4 touchdowns. He's been one of the main reasons this Aggies offense was able to get going against Notre Dame, against any other team they faced. He's been amazing. I believe A&M's defense will just swallow up Mississippi State, though. I think Texas A&M will win this about 34-24. We have another huge ACC game. We have the Virginia Cavaliers facing the undefeated Louisville Cardinals. I believe the Cardinals will win this game. They're currently favored by 6.5 points. They have a 56% chance to win this according to ESPN Analytics. I just believe they'll win this game outright. Morris for Virginia had that huge game against Florida State, but I don't believe he'll be able to continue this magic. Both teams have had iffy schedules so far. I mean, obviously Virginia won against Florida State, but they lost in North Carolina State. Louisville's had some struggles. They struggled against Pitt. They sort of struggled against James Madison University, but I do believe Louisville will still be able to win this game. I believe their home crowd will be too electric for them, and I believe that Louisville will not be able to cover the spread of 6.5, but I do believe they'll win this football game. I believe the Cavaliers will cover the spread. It will be a very tight and I assume a high explosive game, especially with how Virginia's played throughout this entire season. Their offense has not scored below 31 points the entirety of the season, and I believe Louisville will play their best at home against this Virginia defense. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Morvell Show here today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your ideas. And thank you for listening, and have a blessed day, and watch out for the next episode.